We have some sad breaking news to report. Legendary comedian Don Rickles has died. He was 90 years old. The Emmy Award-winning icon passed away Thursday morning at his home in Los Angeles. Entertainment Tonight's senior news editor Jen Peros joins us now by phone. Jen, what a big loss to the entertainment industry. What are you hearing?
Yeah, a huge loss. You know, I feel like everybody was expecting 2017 to kind of start with not as many celebrity deaths as we got in 2016. But, yeah, when this name was just announced, a couple minutes ago, a lot of people were really shocked and saddened. Of course, Don, who is probably one of the most legendary and famous comedians of all of our times, passed away early this morning, and his publicist actually confirmed to Entertainment Tonight that he had died at home, surrounded by his family, of course, his wife, of over 50 years, and his daughter. And yeah, I think, we're still waiting for celebrity tributes to pour in. I think the news is still really fresh. But this is a really big hit to the movie, to the TV, and to the entire comedic world.
Yeah, he was known as the merchant of venom. He kind of knew how to insult people, but get away with it where it wasn't sort of mean or rude. What can you tell us about Don Rickles' legacy?
Yeah, so, I think a lot of people, just me even reading stories right now about his early days, he was one of those guys that started to be an actor. It just didn't work as well as he wanted to, so he got into comedy, which was always his number one love. And really what made him big was Frank Sinatra. He was performing in a club down in Hollywood in 1957, and Frank Sinatra was always known as that guy who you really didn't want to insult in a joking manner way, because you never knew if Frank was going to take it funny or not. And Don had made the first joke about Frank, and he just completely erupted in laughter and just cracked up. So that kind of really set him into the entire Hollywood scene with Frank Sinatra's endorsement. And, since then, he was kind of known as the number one, comedian that would always show up at a roast. It was always gonna be there and say those jokes that no other comedians wanted to say. And yeah, he was kind of known as that guy who took it one step too far, but everybody always appreciated. And, he had a legendary career of over 60 years, many close friends. I mean, Bob Newhart, of course, was his famous best friend. I mean, they still live next door to one another. And what we're hearing just now that actually just broke, Don actually has a new TV show coming out called Dinner with Don. It's an AARP video series that they were going to release. There's 10 episodes that we can expect. Now, I'm not sure when they were shot or if they were all finished. But basically, he is dining with fellow comedian friends, and each episode is going to go through each person, and they're all going to be dining at one of Don's favorite LA area restaurants. We know that Billy Crystal, De Niro, Jimmy Kimmel, Amy Poehler, Vince Vaughn, and Martin Scorsese all were part of that show. So we're just waiting now to see more information of when that's going to air, when that's going to come out. But I think, yeah, of course, now everyone is just starting to let the news sink in.